Hey everybody, it's Eric from EPAutos.com, your libertarian car guy, and I'm coming at you today from the 2019 Lexus UX 250H, which I realize sounds like detergent, but it's actually the hybrid version of Lexus's new UX series subcompact 5-door crossover SUV. As you can see, it's got a really neat kind of a jet fightery looking at night cabin, very cozy and actually very fun, but that's not particularly what I wanted to talk to you about this morning. The thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the fact that it's the only currently available hybrid in the class. Everybody else is drinking the electric car Kool-Aid. Why do I say that? Well, a hybrid like this is an electric car that solves the electric car problems, particularly what I'll style recharge anxiety or recharge reality. You've probably heard people talk about range anxiety, which is considered to be a big problem with electric cars, and it is a big problem with electric cars. All of them have significantly less range than almost any gasoline-powered car, and the range is usually greatly affected by how you drive it, where you drive it, and what it's like outside when you drive it. If it's very cold outside, the range goes down because battery performance goes down when it's very cold outside. And when it's very hot outside, you got the AC cranking. AC is electrically powered, of course, in an electric car, and that also affects the range. But that's not really the big problem. There are lots of gas engine cars and trucks that don't have a particularly long range because they use a lot of gas. However, you can quickly fill them up and get back on the road. It's at most a minor inconvenience to have to stop. Even if you have to stop every 200 miles, no big deal because you're back on the road literally in 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. But with an electric car, you're stuck at the very least, for 30 to 45 minutes if you can find what is hilariously called or styled and I'll put it in air quotes, fast charger. Isn't that hilarious? A fast charger that takes 30 to 45 minutes to put a partial charge back in the electric car, partial being necessary because the battery will be damaged if you put too much current into it too quickly, and there's also an increased possibility of fire. So that's why these fast chargers are set up so as to deliver a partial charge up to about 80%, and then after that it's a very slow charge if you want to get a full charge. They never explain this, or at least the media never explains it, and that's why I'm explaining it to you. So at any rate, that's the big problem. You combine the relatively short range of the electric car with its ridiculously long time to recharge, and you've got a very impractical car, or at least you have a car that you have to plan around in a way that you never have to do with a standard car or a hybrid car like this UX. This UX gives you the best of both worlds because it operates just like any conventional gas-powered car. You never have to worry about the range because you can just gas the thing right up and be back on the road. And on the other hand, it does have the electric motors, 3 of them actually. One powers the rear wheels in this car, so that gives it an all-wheel drive function. And as a result of that, as the result of the partial electric car operation, it's capable of getting phenomenally good gas mileage, more than 40 on the highway, which is exceptional. There isn't another car in the class that approaches that. So it's a really have your cake and eat it too situation, and it's actually more than that. The other thing that Lexus has done here is to make this hybrid version of the UX stronger and quicker than the non-hybrid version, which is the UX 200. So for just $2,000 more, you get more power, you get better performance, you get much better gas mileage. You also get one other thing, the all-wheel drive system. The regular UX is a front-wheel drive only vehicle, whereas this thing comes standard with all-wheel drive. I get into that and some other things up on the site where there's a detailed review of this vehicle and a cross-reference, cross-comparison of the UX250H with the Tesla 3, which I think some people will hopefully find of interest, because I think it's a good way to explore and plumb and point out some of the great flaws with the electric car Anyway, you'll find more about that up at the site, www.epautos.com. Thanks as always for viewing, and we'll catch up with you again soon.